Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. We are here with Johnny Cantrell, and he is the Chief Operating Officer with Uprising. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to be talking about how to avoid additional credit card interest.
Right.
So this is a very strong
Yeah,
interest
we all
for me.
want to know about this. Talk to us a little bit first about what kind of interest are people seeing on credit cards? What's normal?
You know, anything from 14 to 24% right now. And keep in mind that we're in an environment of rising interest rates. So when those rise, that does impact our credit cards.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it true that you can go almost 2 months without being charged any interest on a purchase based on the day of the month that you actually make that purchase with the credit card?
Absolutely.
Is that true?
The key is timing the purchases.
Okay.
And talk to us about timing. You say that that is key. There's a
Right.
certain time of the month that you'll wait to make big purchases, and it can save you a lot of money, right?
Hundreds or thousands a year based on how
Wow.
often you use your credit card. But
Okay.
yes, the closing date is the key, looking at your closing date on the statement.
And should you be making these purchases at the closing date or right before?
3 to 5 days after the closing date.
So
Why?
that's the key to it.
That's the key.
What does that do?
To give you an example, now I'll use
Okay.
my credit card. My closing date on my credit card is the 16th of the month, which
Mm-hmm.
was yesterday. Okay. My due date is the 13th of each month. So let's say I wanted to go out and buy a TV on Saturday, the 15th.
Okay.
I buy the TV, $500. I now am going to see that on my next statement, which will be my May 13th statement. If I don't pay that off, I'm going to be charged interest on that. However, had I waited today, just 2 days, the 17th, the day after the closing date, I won't see that until June the 13th. That gives me an extra month to save up my money.
To pay that off, and then you don't have the interest rate that
Exactly.
you're being tagged on with that. It gives you a little bit more leeway on paying off that purchase.
Right.
Interesting.
Do you think a lot of people are taking advantage of this?
No.
No.
There was a study, there was a recent study, and it said that 83% of consumers only look at 2 dates on their statement. When's that due, and what's the minimum
That's what I
that's
do.
due?
That's what I do.
83% of Americans and consumers look at that. 2 things on the statement. Nobody ever even knows what a closing date is, and they don't realize it's on the statement.
That's such a great way to save money. And what I love what you do over at Uprising, this is a nonprofit service where
Right.
people can come in for free and get advice like this. You'll look at their closing dates and
Right.
tell them when to make these purchases. And what are some of the other services that you offer for free financial planning?
Credit health education. A lot of people don't realize the credit report impact of their life, so we go over that with them. We do basic financial planning as well, you know, just organizing a budget, basic budget counseling, getting people involved into their everyday life, them becoming the CFO of their family, perhaps. So.
That's a good way to think about it. And Lisa,
Right.
you've been kind of going through those steps over the past few weeks. You said becoming the CFO of the family.
Yes, exactly.
While Doug is gone, it seems like a
Right.
lot to deal with.
It
right?
is. It is a lot to deal with when you're looking at the finances. When you haven't been doing it, you know, that was kind of what my husband was doing, but now that he's deployed, guess who's taking it over?
Right, right.
So it is things that something very simple like that
Yeah.
is going to be very helpful for me to know with future purchases that we're going to be doing. So very good. Very
How can
interesting.
people get a hold of you for maybe an appointment to go over their personal finances?
Give us a call, 859-259-9999. Just set up an appointment or come in and see us.
Well, this is fabulous information from Uprising. We love that. The purchasing date can save you the hundreds, thousands of dollars.
It's
Who
amazing.
would have
It's
thought?
simple but effective.
Simple
Love
but
it.
effective.
Love it.
Well, thank you so much, Johnny
Thanks.
Cantrell, for coming in with us. You can see that information up on your screen. If you'd like some free financial advice, head over there to their website. Well, stay with us coming up.